between the Hillers of Trinity as they take on their very own Bethel Park Blackhawks. Bethel Park High School is a proud member of the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association, and we remind all spectators that this game, while competitive, is also an educational experience for all players and students. Your paid admission requires you to demonstrate respect and sportsmanship. Anyone displaying negative or unsportsmanlike behavior will be asked to leave the facility. At this time, would you please rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Stand by for the starting lineups. You're watching Bethel Park Public Access Television and Blackhawk TV's coverage of Bethel Park High School basketball.
And now for tonight's starting lineup. For Trinity, number 2, a senior guard, Max Diesel. Number 5, a sophomore forward, Chase Costello. Comes up a senior forward, Jacob Tunkel. Number 23, a sophomore forward, Sam Johnson. And number 25, a junior guard, Jonah Williamson. The Hillers are coached by Tim Tesmer, assisted by Ed Matthews, Steve Lansky, and Alec Ferrari. And now for the Bethel Park Blackhawks. Point guard, junior number 2, Will Thomas. Junior guard number 3, Evan Javine. Senior guard number 10, Chad Rucker. Sophomore guard number 11, Will Savadas. And junior forward number 25, Bruckner. The Blackhawks are coached by Rico Amendoza, assisted by Josh Kaczynski and Jose Ramirez Delgado. Let's play some basketball.
Who was just following the players in close up? That was Nico. Bethel Park High School basketball on Blackhawk TV, simulcast on Bethel Park Public Access Television. This is boys basketball. I'm Nicholas Callis. Aneem, what's your last name again?
My last name's Kodka.
I don't know why I don't know that yet, but it's nice to be with you. It's nice to be covering basketball. Trinity wins the tip-off. 8 minutes on the clock per quarter in high school basketball in Pennsylvania. And quickly Sabatis guarding Jonah Williamson. So starting lineups one more time, just if you may have missed it. Max Diesel, Chase Kostelnik, Jacob Dunkel, and Sam Johnson and Jonah Williamson for Trinity. Trinity's on offense right now, and Jonah Williamson misses that shot. Rebounded Trinity, tries for a second chance opportunity and missed. And a whistle stops play. 30 seconds into the game. Foul to be reported. Foul called on Jacob Dunkel of Trinity, his first. That is Trinity's first of the quarter. For Bethel Park, Will Thomas, Evan Devine, Jack Bruckner, Will Sabatis, and Mike Bruckner, the starting five. And now Bethel Park goes on offense for its first chance at some points. There's Thomas in the corner. Thomas dribbling out top of the key. There's Sabatis trying to drive. He can't find space, passes out. Devine dribbles to the corner. There's Bruckner over to, Mike Bruckner to Jack Bruckner. Now Jack Bruckner tries to drive out top of the key. There's Will Sabatis. Sabatis, left lane drive out to the corner. Devine for three. No good. Rebounded by Mike Bruckner out to Jack Bruckner. He's in the corner now on the wing. There's Will Thomas. Bethel Park slows it down. We're a minute into this first quarter. Will Thomas tries a crossover and gets blocked by Trinity's Jacob Dunkel. Bethel Park maintained control for a brief second, and then the ball went out of bounds. 6:50 left on the clock, first quarter. It is still no score. Now coming across the court, Max Diesel. Max Diesel crosses. Now he comes. Had a lane for a second, but couldn't find space. Now it's Dunkel with it. Dunkel handoff. There's Williamson. Williamson top of the key. Had it tipped by Sabatis into the hands of Jack Bruckner. And there's a steal. Bruckner driving up off the backboard. No good, and rebounded by Jacob Dunkel. We're a minute and a half into this game, and nobody's scored yet. Kostelnik over to Sam Johnson, who passes out. There's Dunkel. Dunkel to Diesel onto the wing now for Williamson. Back into Dunkel. Dunkel being guarded by Mike Bruckner heavily. Out to the top of the key. There's Max Diesel. Inside, tried for a pass to Kostelnik, who saved it. Tried to get it into Sam Johnson, but couldn't, and now Trinity resets a bit. Williamson to the corner. There's Sam Johnson, drives the baseline inside to Kostelnik. Out top of the key, shot for three is no good, and rebounded by Bethel Park. Shot missed by Max Diesel. Bethel Park transitions to offense. Will Thomas bounce pass in, and a layup to Jack Bruckner for the first 2 points of the game. Over 2 minutes into this game. Trinity trying to get back on offense. Hard pressed by Will Thomas. Now it's Chase Kostelnik. Bethel Park coming off a loss to Cannon Mac on Tuesday. They had a 9-point lead at halftime, blew that, and lost by almost around 10. This is the first game they're playing since then. The girls team played Trinity last night here in Bethel Park. Pass in, there's Jacob Dunkel, and a whistle stops play. 5:23 left on the clock in the first quarter. 2-0 Bethel Park, and Trinity got called for a travel, so Bethel Park will get possession after that violation called. Anthony Georgie into the game now for Trinity. One substitution made there after that stoppage in play. Now Thomas plays point, hands off. There's Sabatis. Top of the key, drive right lane, off the backboard, and good. Will Sabatis, first 2 points of the game. Bethel Park up by 4. Quick transition by Trinity. Inside drive by Kostelnik. Fights over 3 Bethel Park players, and Mike Bruckner played defense there, knocked the ball away from Chase Kostelnik, but a foul called after that play was over. Mike Bruckner hit with a foul, his first personal. That's 1 in the quarter now for Bethel Park. 5 minutes left first quarter. It's 4-0. Bethel Park is leading Trinity. Kostelnik at the free throw line. It was a shooting foul, so he's going to get 2 free ones. And he makes the first. Trinity on the board, 4-1 score. Ian Mienko into the game now, and that second shot missed. Rebounded, though, by Georgie. Pass out toward the wing. There's Dunkel trying to drive. He's being double-teamed. Now a pass in. Williamson was open. Then he was well defended by Devine and Mike Bruckner, but he still made the basket anyhow. 2 more points for Trinity. It's now a 1-point game. Bethel Park on offense. Shot missed there by Will Thomas, rebounded by Kostelnik. Now on offense is Trinity. Dunkel for 2. Field goal missed, rebounded Jack Bruckner. He takes it back across court, hustling, and tries for the shot himself. High off the glass and good. 4 for Bruckner individually. 6-3 Bethel Park leads, and Trinity with a quick basket on a quick transition. Chase Kostelnik for 2. Now 6-5. Trinity is still trailing Bethel Park. Drive in. Sabatis Layup missed, rebounded. And here comes Trinity the other way. Sabatis, heavy defense in the backcourt, but couldn't stop him from getting across that midline. Now here's Williamson. Williamson being guarded tightly by Will Thomas, and a whistle stops play with 3:48 left in the first quarter, and a foul reported. Thomas called for the foul, his first personal. That's 2 in the quarter for Bethel Park. Jude Hamill into the game now for Bethel Park as a substitution. Trinity back on offense, down a point, 3:39 left in the first quarter. On the wing now is, that's now driving in. Dunkel, who missed, was well defended by Mike Bruckner, but then spun around and put up a good basket. Trinity first lead of the game, it's 7-6. Jack Bruckner, there's a drive in, pass out, Jude Hamill for 3, he got it! Jude Hamill, 33, makes a 3. First 3 of the game. Bethel Park now back in the lead, 9-7's the score. Bounce pass inside, and a whistle stops play. Georgie ran hard into Bethel Park's Tarosky, and a foul called. Georgie called for the foul. His first personal, 2 in the quarter now for Trinity, and Bethel Park will inbound with just over 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Tarosky will take it across court this time. Will Thomas on the bench now, getting a breather. On the wing, there's Jack Bruckner inside, and a drive in by Parisi. He will relentlessly shoot the ball and miss, rebounded by Dunkel. Dunkel across court. There's Kostelnik in the corner being guarded by Tarosky. And tipped by Tarosky, and a steal for Bethel Park, and a whistle stops play. A foul going to be called on Jacob Dunkel, his second personal, 3 in the quarter for Trinity. 2:39 left first quarter. Bethel Park's up by 2 points. This is a very fast-paced game through a quarter so far, and both teams keeping pace with each other. Bethel Park on offense now. Jack Bruckner to Tarosky, over to Hamill inside. Jude Hamill for 3, he's going to try another, and it's good! A suspenseful bounce, but it goes in. Anyhow, his second 3 of the game. He's got 6 total, and it's 12-7, Bethel Park leads. Driving quickly now by Trinity. Georgie trying to fight for space, bounce pass in. Back to Georgie for 3, and he doesn't make it, but a nice alley-oop put in by Sam Johnson, his first 2 points of the game. Now Bethel Park responds almost immediately. Joe Parisi for 2. That makes it 14-9. Bethel Park leads and a timeout called. Stopping the clock with 1:50 left in the first quarter. It's a 5-point game. Trinity has 3 team fouls this quarter. Bethel Park with 2. Nobody in immediate foul trouble yet. Leading scorer on the court is Jude Hamill. He's got 6. He's made 2 threes. Jack Bruckner has 4 for Bethel Park. Joe Parisi and Will Sabatis each have 2. Trinity's highest scorer has 3 right now. That's Chase Kostelnik, Jacob Dunkel, Sam Johnson, and Jonah Williamson. They all have 2. Bethel Park was pulling away there before that timeout was called, and Bethel Park called the timeout. Rico Appedanza, the head coach of Bethel Park in his first season. So far the team is 1-3 overall. No section games played yet. Until this one, as a matter of fact. This is the first section game Bethel Park has this season. Jonah Williamson to the wing and back out. Swing passes by Trinity. Williamson will deke Tarosky and miss that shot. Rebounded Jack Bruckner one-on-one. Jack Bruckner will hold himself and then hustle back to the hoop, try for a layup and miss. Rebounded almost. Well, there was a bit of a contest for the ball. Jovian Smith. He kind of fumbled it away, and then a whistle stop play with 1:25 left in the first quarter. Jonah Williamson called for a foul on that play, his first personal. Trinity with now 4 in the quarter. Jovian Smith will get 2 free throws since he was in the process of shooting when he got fouled. First one's good. Jovian Smith with 1 point now in the game. And another shot coming. Substitution for Trinity. Back into the game, Ian Migyanko. Second shot. Good. Jovian Smith 2 for 2. Extends Bethel Park's lead to 7. It's 16-9. And Will Thomas will re-enter the game. Trinity comes back to offense. Minute 20 left, first quarter. Williamson. Over to Miyako. Williamson now on the wing. Bounce pass inside. And well executed there by Anthony Giorgi. Gets his first 2 points of the game. Nice fake out. Got the Bethel Park defense to jump and then had an open layup. 16-11's the score. Tarosky with it. Hamill. Hamill on the wing. Dribbles. He's going to try for a third 3, and he makes it! From about 22 feet away from the basket, a long 3. Jude Hamill with 9. He leads all scorers. Bethel Park up by 8. 45 seconds left in the first quarter, and a whistle stops play as Jonah Williamson tried for that basket. And they're going to count the basket and a foul called. Jude Hamill called for the foul, his first personal. That's 3 in the quarter now for Bethel Park. Jude Hamill's going to be replaced. Mike Bruckner back on the court, and an and one opportunity for Williamson since he was fouled and then made the shot. Not converted on that shot. Rebounded. Mike Bruckner trying to take it across court. Stops at the wing. And a swing pass out to Will Thomas for 3. No good. Rebounded by Trinity. Bounce pass. And here they go to offense quickly. Sam Johnson. Top of the key. Swing passes all around. Now pass inside and an open. Ian Miyako. His first 2 points of the game. That pulls the lead back to 4. Bethel Park still in the lead though. Parisi over to Tarosky. Tarosky out to Mike Bruckner on the wing. Mike Bruckner will try a triple, and he makes it. Three for Bruckner, and now Williamson will try a 3, and he misses. And that was the final shot of the first quarter. Bethel Park, after 1 quarter, up 22-15 over Trinity. You're watching Bethel Park High School boys basketball on Blackhawk TV simulcast on Bethel Park Public Access Television. My name's Nicholas Callis. Ryder is directing, choosing all the shots that are being taken out on the cameras by Nico and Linus. And Aneem's here too. Aneem, what do you think? Bethel Park looking quicker than they did when I saw them play against Canon-Mac.
Yeah, I haven't watched the basketball game since I think my beginning of the sophomore year last year.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't came to any, and since then they've looked like they've improved a lot. They've played a lot faster, but when I did see them, they were coached by a whole different head coach.
Yeah.
Really good family friends with him, actually. My dad's really good friends.
With the old head coach?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm really associated, kind of, not good friends, I actually was going to say, with the new coach. Rico Abedanza is the cousin of somebody I went to high school with and played baseball with. Gio Abedanza, nice guy.
I see.
Rico, also a Seton LaSalle graduate, and played for Greg Perry, who was Keystone Oaks' head coach and Seton LaSalle's for a number of years. Has nothing to do with these two teams, but we're getting personal here. He's telling some stories, getting ready for the second quarter to start. 8 minutes back on the clock. Fouls reset to start this second quarter. At least team fouls, individual fouls stay for the whole game. Will Thomas drives, gets a screen, but hands off to Tarosky. Tarosky back to Thomas, who drives and takes a 15-footer that misses. And it's rebounded by Trinity, and they come back cross court with it now. Kostelnik, and there's a 3 by Migyanko that misses, rebounded by Bethel Park. Tarosky coming across court. Tarosky drives. Tarosky to the corner. Sabatis fake looks, drives in, off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Trinity. Dunkel had it. And now passes to Kostelnik. Kostelnik on the wing. Back to Dunkel. Over to Williamson on the wing. Williamson bounce pass into Dunkel. Dunkel being double teamed now, and a whistle stops play as Sabatis reached in to swat the ball away. And they're going to hit Sabatis with a foul. Sabatis with one personal. That's Bethel Park's first of the quarter. Trinity inbounds from the baseline. Williamson into Georgie. Back to Williamson, top of the key. Bounce pass, and here comes Migyanko, who misses. Rebounded by Sabatis, and Bethel Park moves back to offense. 7 minutes left, second quarter. Fake handoff. Sabatis in the corner, out to Jack Bruckner on the wing. Jack Bruckner one-on-one over to Will Thomas. Thomas on the wing. Handoff to Mike Bruckner on the wing. Mike Bruckner goes back to midcourt, pivots, throws. There's Will Sabatis in the wing corner over to Jack Bruckner. Jack Bruckner switches places with Sabatis and goes back to the wing. Jack Bruckner drives, can't find space, over to Mike Bruckner in the wing corner. Mike Bruckner fights through a defensive player. Now the ball's on the ground, and the official calls contested possession between Mike Bruckner and Trinity's Ian Migyanko. Substitution, 6:32 left, second quarter. Sam Johnson re-enters in the game, one of the 5 starters for Trinity in this one. 90 seconds into the second quarter. It's a 22-15 game. Bethel Park is leading. Ball goes out of bounds, and according to official Joe Tortorella, went off the leg of Chase Kostelnik, went out of bounds. So Bethel Park gets a free possession here. Will Sabatis inbounds to Will Thomas, and here Bethel Park goes again, up 7 points. Tarosky, top of the key. Handoff, Will Thomas, being guarded by Migyanko, and he fumbled the ball, had it poked away, and here comes Trinity back to offense. Sam Johnson over to Jonah Williamson. Williamson to Migyanko, to the corner, back to Migyanko, and Migyanko knocks down Tarosky, pass inside. There's Jacob Dunkel. Dunkel over to Migyanko, over to Williamson. 5:50 left, second quarter. Williamson tries to find space. Bethel Park with tight defense, though. Shot up by Migyanko, misses off the rim. Tipped into the hands of Sabatis, and Bethel Park takes it back across court. Sabatis. Tarosky. Hand off to Thomas. Drive in, out to Tarosky on the wing. Drives in, tries to get in the paint, can't do it. So he bounce passes it out to Jack Bruckner. Light back pedal dribble to midcourt. 5:20 left, second quarter. Thomas to Tarosky. No shot clock in high school basketball in Pennsylvania, so as long as they move the basketball, they won't get called for a violation. They just can't stay idle. They can take as long as they want to shoot the ball. 5 minutes left, second quarter. Jack Bruckner inside. Will Sabatis being double teamed and gets fouled on the attempted shot. Jonah Williamson called for the foul, his second personal. That's the first for Trinity in the quarter. Will Sabatis, since he was shooting on that play, will get to shoot a couple free ones, and he makes the first. Evan Devine back into the game. Brady Bruckner has been entered in as well. Second shot good. Points 3 and 4 for Will Sabatis in this game. Bethel Park up by 9 with under 5 minutes left to play now in the second quarter. A fumble by Jonah Williamson, but he was able to get it to his teammate, and now a pass in. And a shot missed by Jacob Dunkel. Bethel Park quickly transitions to offense. Jack Bruckner will try a 3. It's off the rim, no good, and rebounded into the hands of Kostelnik, being mobbed for a second by Bethel Park in the backcourt, but they get it over the midcourt line. Jack Bruckner and Max Diesel run a one-on-one. Screen. Wasn't quite an efficient screen. Williamson with it now, top of the key, being guarded by Brady Bruckner. Williamson tries a crossover between the legs. Bounce pass to the surprise of Max Diesel, who gets swarmed by Jack Bruckner. Now a pass, top of the key, drive in by Kostelnik, but couldn't find a shot, so he passes to the baseline, and now a bounce pass to Jonah Williamson. Across court to Max Diesel, drives in the paint. Finds enough space to try a shot, but he missed the shot. Rebounded by Sam Johnson. Sam Johnson, top of the key, and a 3 attempt by Max Diesel goes through the hoop. First points for Max Diesel of the game. He's got 3 after that three-point shot. Now it's 24-18, under 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Bethel Park with it now on offense. 24-18 game. Brady Bruckner with it now. Brady Bruckner. Evan Devine now trying to drive, and he shoots it off the backboard and missed. Rebounded by Jacob Dunkel of Trinity, and now they come across court quickly. A well-paced game by both teams, a lot of hustle. And that ball went out of bounds off Bethel Park, so Trinity will get to inbound. Right under the hoop, there's Jacob Dunkel being guarded by Mike Bruckner, and now Jack Bruckner comes in to help, and they successfully prevent the basket. Brady Bruckner now coming across court, tries a shot, field goal, no good. Rebounded by Sam Johnson. Sam Johnson has it now on the wing, being guarded heavily by Devine. And a whistle stops play as Devine was aggressively in there on Sam Johnson. Foul called on Evan Devine. His first personal. That's Bethel Park's second of the quarter. Owen Tarosky comes in for Jack Bruckner with Bethel Park up by 6 points. In the second quarter, under 3 minutes left now to play in the first half. Inbound to the backcourt. Ian Migianco over to Williamson. Jonah Williamson back out to Migianco inside. There's Jacob Dunkel. Dunkel out to Migianco, but the pass goes awry, goes out of bounds. And Bethel Park will get to inbound and get possession back. Jovian Smith enters the game for Bethel Park with 2:40 left in the second quarter. Brady Bruckner with it now, top of the key. Finds an open Owen Tarosky. Over to Hamill in the wing corner. Out to Jovian Smith, and there's Tarosky. 2:20 left second quarter. Brady Bruckner with it. Over to Evan Devine. Brady Bruckner drives left lane, back out to Devine, who tries for a three. It's in and out, no good. Jovian Smith tried to rebound with Anthony Giorgi, and then the ball went out of bounds. They say it went out of bounds off Trinity, so Tarosky's going to get the inbound for Bethel Park on the baseline. Tarosky tried to inbound, and then a whistle stopped play. And they're going to call a floor foul on Jovian Smith. Jovian Smith, that was his first personal, Bethel Park's third of the quarter. Still a 6-point game, 2 minutes left second quarter. Sam Johnson over to Williamson inside. There's Anthony Giorgi fighting for space, being triple teamed. He does get a bounce pass off. There's Diesel to Migianco, back to Diesel. Diesel tries to drive. Jovian Smith got an arm in there and made him hesitate a bit. Now Williamson on the wing. Williamson drives, baseline. Brady Bruckner on the defense. Now a pass out, and a three is good by Anthony Giorgi. His first points of the quarter, 5 in total in the game, and now it's a 24-21 game. And a basket made there by Bethel Park. Jude Hamill's first basket that wasn't a three. He's got 11 in the game, leads all scorers. It's 26-21. And now a three attempt by Max Diesel's no good. Jovian Smith tried for the rebound, and then a whistle stopped play. A foul reported. Jovian Smith, 2 personal fouls. That's 4 in the quarter for Bethel Park. 1 more, and they'll put Trinity in double bonus time automatically. Since that was a floor foul, Trinity's just going to get to inbound. Migianco over to Williamson inside, tries for a layup, no good. And the officials are going to say that it went off of a Bethel Park player, so Trinity will get another inbound. Under a minute left, second quarter. It's a 5-point game. Inbound. There's Georgie with it, top of the key. Georgie drives inside the paint, up, off the glass, and good. 7 for Georgie in the game. 26-23 is the score. Bethel Park still leads. That's Jack Bruckner who makes a field goal. First points of the quarter, 6 in total. 28-23 is the score. Here's Williamson, top of the key. 35 seconds left, second quarter. Williamson out to Migyanko. Over to Sam Johnson, back to Williamson. To Diesel. Max Diesel on the wing being guarded by Tarosky. 22 seconds left in the second quarter. Bounce pass to Jonah Williamson. Williamson to Migyanko. Looks like Trinity's just going to keep moving the ball and wait for the clock to expire. They're down 5. They're going to try to get as close as possible. And successful defense there by Brady Bruckner to get the ball out of the hands of Jonah Williamson. It went out of bounds off Bruckner. And Trinity will still get the inbound, but basket prevented temporarily. 6 seconds left, second quarter. And a substitution, Jacob Dunkel back into the game for Trinity. Bethel Park's going to put Camp Smearman into the game and Mike Bruckner. Bolster the defense with short time on the clock in the half. Williamson out. 3 is no good. And Migyanko tried to take a rebounded shot. He got fouled on the way up. Shot was missed by Georgie. 2 seconds left on the clock, second quarter. And Bethel Park foul called. Jack Bruckner called for the foul, his first personal. That's the 15th foul for Bethel Park in the quarter. So no matter what, for the remaining 2 seconds of the quarter, if Bethel Park fouls Trinity, they're going to get an automatic 2 free throws. Migyanko missed his first of 2 awarded here. This is his first trip to the free throw line in this game. With his team down by 5, second one's up. Second one swishes through. That's 3 for Migyanko in the game. Bethel Park, one last chance to score. Tarosky for 3. No good. And that's how the second quarter comes to an end. Trinity has 24 points, but Bethel Park leading by 4. Bethel Park up 28-24 at halftime. Ryder doing the directing in this game. Nico and Linus running camera, and my name is Nicholas Callis. Halftime is here with Bethel Park ahead. We'll be back after halftime. You're watching Blackhawk TV on YouTube, simulcast on Bethel Park Public Access Television, Comcast 21, Verizon 32. And this is coverage of Bethel Park High School boys basketball. sound, you said, or did you fix it? It's fixed.
From the class of 1990,
What'd you do?
Corey White.
You fixed it? Okay. How long was there no sound? Okay, that's fine. I mean, give him some. That's fine. Good job fixing it, though. Thank you. All right. Hey, by the way,
He was also earned all-style honors in all Bethel Laurels his senior year. He got the Blackhawks to a pair of section titles in 1989 and 1990. It helped him reach the 1990.
okay, that's good. Hey, I left that laptop on the table. I just want to play around with the camera now. All you have to do is you have to turn it on and just turn it on. Okay? The mouse. All right? All right, keep it up, buddy. Thank you.
State University, where he was an all-max selection in 1993. Welcome back, Corey White! From the class of 1997, Clark White! One of the best athletes in his era, earning 7 varsity letters. White excelled on the baseball field, anchoring his shortstop position for 3 seasons, helping the Blackhawks win a pair of section titles and a trip to the 1995 World Finals. Clark was twice named All-Section and Almanac Diamond Dozen. He was a two-way starter in football, a wide receiver and defensive back, and played all special teams in 95 and 96. His senior year, he caught 27 passes for 682 yards and 8 touchdowns, helping him gain membership to the Almanac League 11 and Pittsburgh Coaches at All-Star team. He went on to play Division I college baseball at the University of Akron. Welcome back, Clark White! From the class of 2004, Jordan Wells! A junior winner and captain of the girls varsity golf team, he was the 2002 PIAA state silver medalist and 2001 Whitfield champion. He added a pair of Whitfield bronze medals to her catalog. He was twice selected as a Tri-State Player of the Year. He was a 3-time PIAA state tournament qualifier and 2-time All-State member. He played Division I golf at Michigan State University, where she helped guide the Lady Spartans to the 2007 Big Ten title and the silver finish in 2008. He was also a 3-time All-Big Ten academic honoree. Welcome back, Jordan Wells! Congratulations for the Bethel Park Athletic Hall of Fame class of 2024! Hey, let's have a hand for Mr. Division 2. That was a nice job, nice ball. The Hawks would like to thank our other sponsors, the Bill Flynn Agency, Become Better Gym, Dean Honda, Big Fish Roofing, House Cafe, WD Rustic Stays, Physical Therapy and Balance, Center, M&M Photography, Bells on Foot Couch, Duncan, High Point Fitness, Lane Clearing Specialist, ELP Company, the Parking Lot Painting Company.
I think that too, but I saw him during
Hey, one more hand for the teaser.
it's for Becca.
You can use it for hardware.
That and then before that too, when they did
Well, it's not actually very well.
Oh, yeah, they probably did a marketing thing,
Yeah.
something like that.
yeah, pictures here from that.
He really loves the community, and he has a show on BBTV. Real nice guy. This broadcast is not sponsored by anybody, but it should be. We gotta work on it. Isn't it kind of fun though? The place you live has its own TV station.
Yeah. Where I used to go before I did it. Oh, well, I don't even know that. I'm pretty sure. I know most of these around here don't really have it.
You'd be surprised how many do it just ignore the fact that they have one. Bethel Park's like one of the only areas that actually invests in it.
Yeah.
I live in Green Tree, and they try to hide it. Like I went and asked about it one time. I'm like, well, Nick, we can't finance that, so we really can't do anything. They just run like picture bulletins all day. So it's not fun. No, I live in Green Tree. I've lived here my whole life. I was an intern here when I was in college, and I never left. Well, they offered to pay me. That's not,
Rather than being around and finding another
That's
job.
right. I already know what I'm doing, and I work at the radio station in the morning. So I can do that too. So. Did I tell you about that? You know 90% of the fan, the radio station?
I don't know what to do for the radio.
Yeah, I have 2 jobs now. I'm a sports talk show host by day, and I do this by night. You're watching Bethel Park High School basketball on Blackhawk TV, simulcast on Bethel Park Public Access Television, Comcast 21, Verizon 32. My name is Nicholas Callis, writer, directing, Nico and Linus on cameras, and Neem with me as well. He'll be on the microphone in and out from time to time. We'll get his unique perspective on certain things. One thing is a fact right now, and that's Bethel Park has a 4-point lead coming into this third quarter. And an air ball to start by Mike Bruckner, rebounded by Will Sabatis, drives the baseline, and no good. Tipped up into the air, rebounded though by Trinity ultimately, and Jonah Williamson comes across court. Teams have switched sides, so now Trinity going this way. Diesel out to Giorgi, who gives it to Migyanko. Migyanko with it now on the wing, gets a screen, drives the right lane, passes out to Diesel, being guarded tightly. Good press defense by Bethel Park. Playing in his zone right now. Diesel over to Jacob Dunkel. Now Diesel with it again on the other wing, into Dunkel, in the paint, passes out. Now a drive in by Migyanko. Now Williamson on the wing. Williamson drives. Williamson, no space, being double teamed out to Migyanko on the corner. Bethel Park, great job pressing, and a steal by Mike Bruckner. He's trying to go coast to coast, off the backboard, and good. First points of the quarter scored by Bethel Park. And Mike Bruckner, he's got 5, and Bethel Park's up 30-24 now. Max Diesel with it. Max Diesel is on the corner, or excuse me, he's on the wing. Diesel over to the other wing. There's Migyanko. No, excuse me, that's Anthony Giorgi. My apologies, but Giorgi tries a shot and gets called for a travel before he put it through the hoop, so the basket will not count. And with 6:18 left in the third quarter, Bethel Park has a 6-point lead. Will Thomas comes across court now with it, and Bethel Park slowing up a little bit, working methodically. Both teams have been very fast-paced in this game. There's Evan Devine back to Sabatis. Sabatis drives in the paint and gets smacked away by Giorgi. Bethel Park gets it again, and another block, this time by Jacob Dunkel, and 2 rejections. Trinity has possession now. Inside, Jacob Dunkel was guarded heavily by Will Thomas, who knocked that ball out of bounds. So Trinity will get the inbound from its offensive baseline. 30-24 is the score, 5:50 left in the third quarter. And both teams have been pretty good on defense as well, just making shots difficult to be scored. It's a relatively low-scoring game, too, for a basketball game like this at halftime. For both teams, they started out scoring slowly, and it's not because the shots are bad, it's because the defense has been airtight for both sides. Well, Bethel Park stole it, and then Trinity stole it. Bethel Park steals it back. Kevin Devine stole it from Ian Migyanko, and now a tip away by Migyanko. An attempted pass to Will Sabatis. And Bethel Park will get the inbound off of its offensive baseline. Barely any points scored in this first quarter of the second half. Bethel Park will inbound. Will Thomas, top of the key. Mike Bruckner drives, had 2 players on him defending him, and he missed that shot. Rebound by Giorgi, and Trinity now on offense again. Pass inside. Migyanko makes a short 8-footer. 5 points for him in the game, and it's now 30-26. Here's Will Thomas, top of the key. Over to Sabatis, to Jack Bruckner. And everybody will slow down a bit and get reset. Jack Bruckner on it. Drives to the wing corner, back to the winger. Sabatis now at the top. Hand off to Will Thomas. Scrambled to get it a bit, but he has possession. No shot clock in high school basketball in PA, so as long as there's ball movement, no violations will get called. Drive in, bounce pass. Parisi back out to Sabatis to the top of the key. And now Mike Bruckner to Sabatis inside. Drive the baseline, and he had that blocked by Jacob Dunkel, and Trinity comes back to offense. Williamson, a two-stepper missed, but the rebound put back by Jacob Dunkel. He's got 4 points now, and Trinity has made it a one-basket game. 30-28. About 4:05 left in the third quarter, and a whistle stops play. A foul's going to be reported. Going to be called on Max Diesel of Trinity. His first personal. That's the first team foul for Trinity in this quarter. Inbound coming from Bethel Park on its offensive baseline. It's Will Thomas. Passes top of the key. Sabatis was the intended receiver, but a tip and a steal by Kostelnik, who's going to drive all the way to making the basket. His first points of the quarter, 5-all game, and it's a 30-30 ball game. First time Trinity has matched the score of Bethel Park in about a quarter of play. Parisi with it on the wing at a screen from Jovian Smith. Couldn't drive anywhere, though. There's Will Thomas with it now. Bethel Park acting a little more leisurely on offense in this second half. But a couple balls blocked and a few stolen as well. And they've only scored one basket in this third quarter. 3:25 left in the third quarter. Bethel Park methodically passing, trying to run a play in a tie ball game. Thomas over to Sabatis. There's Parisi with it now. Parisi to Jack Bruckner, top of the key. Jack Bruckner inside the arc, misses the shot. Rebound by Jovian Smith, tried to put it back up. And a foul called on not on Jovian Smith. Jovian Smith was the victim of the foul. He was on the ground as he tried to shoot that ball. Man, that was a heck of an effort by Smith to put that ball up, and he's going to be awarded 2 free throws since the officials deemed that a shooting foul. The foul was called on Mignacco, his first personal. That's 2 in the quarter now for Trinity, and Jovian Smith makes 1 of 2. Jonah Williamson back in the game for Trinity. Owen Tarosky into the game for Bethel Park, and the second of 2 free throws coming for Jovian Smith. And he makes that one off a suspenseful bounce. 4 points for Jovian Smith in the game. Bethel Park back on top 32-30, and Jovian Smith has earned all of his points on free throws so far in this game. So the clock stops with 3:04 left in the third quarter. Bethel Park is up 32-30. Timeout called by Bethel Park, second of 5 awarded to them in the game. Or I guess given to them in the game. It's not really an award. Trinity still has all 5 left. This is Bethel Park High School Boys Basketball on Bethel Park Public Access Television and Blackhawk TV on YouTube. A lot of sports for you this winter. We're going to look to do wrestling's senior recognition night, which will be coming in the future here. And other than that, all boys and all girls basketball can be seen and heard, technically, on Blackhawk TV on YouTube and BPTV. Watch on Comcast 21 and Verizon 32. If you're in the Bethel Park area, you have cable access television. So if you still have cable, watch on your TV sets. Happy to be bringing these games to you. Top of the key. Now a pass to the wing, bounce pass inside. Here's Dunkel, who gives it to Williamson, has an open 3, and he missed. Rebound, put back, and it's good. Max Diesel. 5 points for him in the game. It's now 32-32. It's a tie game again. Sabatis handoff. Jack Bruckner drives inside. Takes a 14-foot shot that missed. Rebounded by Jacob Dunkel. 2.5 minutes left third quarter. Max Diesel with it. And it's stolen away. Tarosky tries for the basket. No good. Rebound by Trinity. Williamson hands off. There's Dunkel driving. Dunkel under the hoop. Dunkel triple teamed. And he gets fouled in the process of shooting, so we'll get 2 free throws coming.
Number 12,
Owen Tarosky caught for the foul, his first personal. That's Bethel Park's first of the quarter. 2 free throws coming for Jacob Dunkel. His first time to the line today. He's got 4 points in the game, and he misses the first of 2. Substitution for both teams. Jude Hamill into the game for Bethel Park, and Ian McYonko back into the game for Trinity. Second of 2 coming. In and out, no good. He's 0 for 2 from the free throw line today, and ball got tipped out of bounds off Bethel Park according to the officials. So Bethel Park will, or excuse me, that's Trinity that will get the inbound from this near sideline. This is a Class 5A Section 3 game. This foul is going to get reported. Bethel Park is in last place right now. Only Ringgold and South Fayette have played section games. South Fayette won against Ringgold. So that gives South Fayette favorable position in the standings since they have a section game under their belt. Foul was called on Mike Bruckner, his second personal. Bethel Park's second of the quarter. Drive in by Trinity and a pass out to the wing corner. 3 attempt is no good by Giorgi. Rebounded and put back by Williamson, who gets 2 more points. 6 for him in the game. 34-32 is the score. Trinity back in the lead, and Dunkel gets called for a foul as Sabatis tried for the shot. Foul called on Anthony Giorgi, his second personal. That's 3 in the quarter for Trinity. And Sabatis has an opportunity to tie the game if he can make these 2 free throws. He's 2 of 2 in the game so far. He's got 4 points in this game, and he makes the first. 5 now in the game for Sabatis. So as I was saying, though, this is the first the first section game for each of these teams. And Bethel Park is in last place right now with a 1-3 overall record. Everybody else in Class 5A Section 3 either has a 500 winning percentage or an over 500 winning percentage. Second shot's good. Tie game. Bethel Park and Trinity tied at 34. And another stoppage in play. Clock stops with 1:39 left in the third quarter. And another foul called. Jack Bruckner hit with a foul, his second personal. That's the third team foul of the quarter for Trinity, or excuse me, for Bethel Park. And Jonah Williamson misses the first of 2 free throws. Each team has 3 fouls, though, in the quarter. And the tie right now is at 34. Second one goes through. He's 1 of 2 on that attempt. He's got 7 in the game. It's 35-34, Trinity back ahead. Tarosky out to Hamill. Jude Hamill drives and tries for a hook shot, and he makes it. Hamill leads all scorers with 13, his first 2 points of the quarter, and a shove at the ball by Will Sabatis, and the official said he caught some of the body of Jonah Williamson. That will be a foul. Sabatis 2 personal fouls in the game. That's the 4th of the quarter for Bethel Park, and now an inbound by McYonko of Trinity. And now here's Jonah Williamson. Williamson gets a screen. He's on the wing. Passes top of the key. Now out to the wing corner. Tight defense by Bethel Park. Williamson now on the wing. McYonko tries to drive the right lane. Off the backboard, no good. And scuffle for the ball, but Hamill comes down with it. And Bethel Park transitions back to offense. Under a minute left, third quarter. It's a 1-point Bethel Park lead. Will Sabatis has the ball smacked away. Goes out of bounds past the near sideline. Well defended by Trinity's Jacob Dunkel. And with that stoppage in play, Will Thomas will get subbed in place of Will Sabatis. 49 seconds left, third quarter. Bethel Park had as much as a 9-point lead in this game, but Trinity has come back and played well in this third quarter to make it a close game. Tarosky got possession of that ball, and Rico Abadanza, head coach of Bethel Park, calls a timeout to allow his team to keep possession. Bethel Park with 2 timeouts left in the game. Trinity has not used any of its 5 timeouts so far. Bethel Park in the lead, 36-35. And a mix of scores for both teams in this game. with one exception. Jude Hamill, he made 3 threes in the first quarter, which allowed him to swell his score to 13 at this point. Adeem, what's your take here? What are we looking at right now?
I mean, it's a tough fight. Bethel was leading, and Trinity found a way to get back there. And I don't know what else to say besides the fact that Trinity is figuring out how to play better here and get back.
And you think, they're playing quick, right?
Yeah, they are. And
I didn't see Bethel Park play with this much intensity against Cannon Mac when I saw them. It looked like they were playing a little more methodically than intensely. In this game, though, they're hustling, and Trinity has matched that energy.
Yeah.
The only thing for Bethel Park not going for them, though, is that they had a 9-point lead at one point.
Yeah.
And they've kind of squandered that here to make it a close game. I guess squander is not the right word either. I mean, it's still close.
Yeah.
It's not the other way, but they let Trinity get back into the game. They've still got a quarter to go, but it's a close game again, and Bethel Park hasn't really got on a run in a little while. They've allowed Trinity to kind of crawl back, and here we are now in a one-basket game. Tarosky has that ball attempted to be stolen by Chase Kostelnik, but it goes out of bounds. Bethel Park's going to get the inbound by the corner. 31 seconds left in the third quarter, and Trinity's going to make a substitution. Anthony Giorgi into the game and subbing out Sam Johnson. First section game for both of these teams, Class 5A Section 3. Bethel Park trying to get out of the basement. They're last right now in the section. And Jude Hamill with another 3. He's got 16 points, and he increases Bethel Park's lead to 4. Jude Hamill leads all scorers on the court in this game. There's Kostelnik now on the wing. Kostelnik into Dunkel, back to Kostelnik. Kostelnik, now it's Jonah Williamson. Jonah Williamson had the ball stolen away. Here comes Evan Devine trying to drive, tries for a shot, and the official says no shot. A travel call on Evan Devine. So with 1 second left, Trinity is going to inbound and attempt to reach the other side of the court. Williamson just heaves it down court and very short of the net. That's going to end the third quarter. Bethel Park, though, continuing to outpace Trinity in this game. 39-35 is the score going into the final quarter of regulation. My name is Nicholas Callis, Ryder doing the directing. Nico and Linus doing the camera work. Aneem here on mic. Ali Walling has made a surprise appearance. Eating cookies right now, but she takes a lot of pictures, and she used to work for Rock TV, one of the original staff members. Ali, will we see you again ever?
Yes.
Say that again?
Yes, you will.
Very good. Okay, we like Ali. She works hard. Waynesburg, right? You're going to Waynesburg? Commit? Say it for the people.
Yes, yes, I
Yellow
am.
Jackets. Let's go. What is it? Sports what? You just something
Athletic communication, sports information.
Let's go. Love to hear it. All right, Ali Walling, very nice. All right, Aneem, one more quarter. You know what I'm thinking too? This is the first section game of the season.
Yeah, so they both are like really pushing it to get that first win of the section.
That's right. Trinity's 3-1.
And we're
so far this season overall. Trinity only lost to Elizabeth Forward. That was back on December the 6th. But they beat Cannon Mac, a team that Bethel Park lost to. Cannon Mac took them to overtime. Trinity won 50-47. West Mifflin, they beat 56-53, and they beat Fort Cherry on Tuesday 60-42.
Yeah.
Trinity on offense. Bounce pass, drive in by Migyanko. Giorgi had it. Now it's over to Jacob Dunkel, drives the baseline. Dunkel up off the backboard and good. Dunkel's got 6. He scored in every quarter now but the second. And it's a 39-37 game. Jack Bruckner with it now. Handoff Will Thomas, being guarded by Max Diesel, gets a screen. Thomas, an open shot, and it's good from 3. Thomas, he hasn't scored yet. That's his first points of the entire game. On that 3, Bethel Park extends its lead, and now a whistle stops play with 7:03 left in the fourth quarter. A foul reported. Well, Sabatis called for the foul. His third personal. That's Bethel Park's first of the quarter. Sabatis in foul trouble now. 5 personal fouls, and the offending player gets removed. Williamson bounce pass in, and well done by Jacob Dunkel. You rarely see that. Dunkel dunked the basketball. Don't see that too much in high school, and it's only fitting that the guy named Dunkel dunks the basketball. 42-39 is the score now. It's a 3-point game. Trinity takes it back across court. There's Dunkel again, driving the left lane, being guarded heavily. Puts that shot up, and he puts it through. Fought for space and earned that basket. He's a double-digit scorer now. Leads Trinity scores with 10, and it's a 1-point game. Bethel Park is not in any hurry to run a play. As long as you don't stay idle, you don't get a violation called. No shot clock in high school basketball in Pennsylvania. Jack Bruckner tries to drive out to the corner. Mike Bruckner with it now. Bruckner being guarded tightly by the baseline. Pass out top of the key. Sabatis drives in, fights for over 3 players. And he got fouled in the process. And the foul is going to be called on Trinity's Anthony Giorgi. He's got 3 personal. That's the first for Trinity in the quarter. And since that was a shooting foul, Sabatis will get 2 free opportunities here to extend Bethel Park's lead. Slim 1-point lead right now for Bethel Park. First shot's up, and that's no good. First missed free throw attempt by Will Sabatis in this game. 6:05 left, fourth quarter. Second one's up, and that's no good. 0 for 2 on that attempt is Will Sabatis. He is 4 for 6 from the line now, and it's still a 1-point game. Jonah Williamson, there's Max Diesel with it. Max Diesel over to Williamson inside. There's Dunkel, and Will Thomas tried to reach in and smack the ball away, but he got a piece of Dunkel, and looks like it wasn't Thomas, it's actually Mike Bruckner who was called for the foul. Third personal for Mike Bruckner, team's second of the quarter. It's still a 1-point game, 5:50 left, fourth quarter. And Jonah Williamson with it now. Williamson, top of the key. Over to Dunkel, bounce pass in. Being guarded tightly by Devine was Giorgi, but Trinity maintains possession. Giorgi for 3, no good. Rebounded by Jack Bruckner. He hustles toward Bethel Park's hoop, and he lays it off the glass and puts it in for 2. 8 points for Jack Bruckner, second leading scorer for Bethel Park in the game. And Bethel Park up by 3 now. Williamson on the wing over to Giorgi. Now it's on the wing for Mignanco. Mignanco drives, passes to Dunkel. Dunkel tries to drive. Now he's swarmed by Bethel Park. Ball knocked out of the hands of Dunkel, and then a whistle stop play with 5:04 left in the fourth quarter. Foul called. Jack Bruckner called for the foul, his third personal. Bethel Park's third in the quarter, and that's 3 players now who have 3 fouls on Bethel Park's team. Jack Bruckner, Will Sabatis, and Mike Bruckner all have 3 fouls, all prominent pieces of this Bethel Park team. Chase Kostelnik back into the game for Trinity. Owen Tarosky for Bethel Park. Under 5 minutes left now in regulation. Williamson drives at an open lane, and 1. Basket's good, giving him 8. Opportunity for a 3-point play if he can make this and 1 basket. He can also tie the game. It's a 1-point game right now, and no good on that attempt. He is 0 for 4 from the free throw line today. Tarosky drives right lane, put his head down and got knocked away by Giorgi, and now Trinity goes back to offense, down a point. 4:40 left in the fourth quarter. Williamson over to Dunkel, top of the key, gets a screen. Dunkel drives right lane, or excuse me, left lane. Either way, a whistle stops play, and a foul is going to get called. Jude Hamill called for the foul, his third personal. His second personal. That's 5 team fouls, though, for Bethel Park in the quarter. So anytime Bethel Park fouls Trinity from this point forward, the foul will automatically result in 2 free throws for Trinity. Dunkel just put up that first one for a point. That ties the game. This is for the lead. There it is. 12 points for Dunkel. 45-44 is the score. And a timeout called, stopping the clock with 4:34 left in the fourth quarter. So this is giving me the Cannon Mac game vibes a bit. That game was exciting. It was a solid game. It was back and forth for the most part. Bethel Park took a lead in that game, but then gave it up in the second half. A similar story here, where it is an exciting game, but it's a game where they were leading, and you have faith that they can break out.
Yeah.
Because they did it once in the game, but they're not doing it right now.
They were getting a lead a little bit towards the beginning of the quarter, and then that was closed off after Dunkel got the 2 back-to-back plays there.
That's right. Bethel Park has 3 players, like I said, in foul trouble as well. 3 of their starters, Jack Bruckner, Will Sabatis, and Mike Bruckner, all have 3 fouls. That's not too many for this point in the game. There's only 4.5 minutes left in regulation. I mean, if they were to go to overtime, those fouls would maintain their place, which could hurt Bethel Park. All the fouls stay when you go into overtime. So that's something Bethel Park will have to consider. This is a game right now that looks like it could lean that way, just based on how close it is. But that's something that just should be monitored. Anthony Giorgi, the only one with 3 personal fouls on Trinity's team so far. So just elements to look out for as this game winds down, or regulation winds down. 4:20 left in the fourth quarter. Tarosky with it, top of the key, being guarded by Dunkel. Tarosky drives left lane, pivots, and gives it to Will Thomas, top of the key. Thomas looking for space. Mike Bruckner trying to help him, to no avail. Tarosky with it now. Bethel Park not playing rushed basketball right now. They're content with letting time run off the clock and just try to run the most efficient play rather than the quickest play. Tarosky drives into paint, triple teamed, and he's fouled, trying to go up for that shot. 3:53 left in the fourth quarter. Foul called on Ian McYanko, his second personal. That's Trinity's second of the quarter, and since it was a shooting foul, Tarosky will get 2 free throws. He hasn't scored yet in this game. It's his first time to the line as well, and he misses 1 of 2. He remains scoreless, at least potentially until this other shot. Tarosky makes 1 of 2. He's got 1 point through 4 quarters, and that ties the game. It's 45-45. Williamson drives on Sabatis. Hamill guarding McYanko, now out to Dunkel. Handoff Williamson on top of the key. And the ball's loose. Here's Will Thomas with it now. 1-on-1. Thomas up. No good. One off the hand of Trinity's Anthony Giorgi, so possession will stay with Bethel Park. They're going to inbound from their offensive baseline. 3:30 left, fourth quarter. It's 45-45. Mike Bruckner inside, off the backboard, and good. 7 points for Mike Bruckner, and it's 47-45. Going to be a seesaw game until one team gets on at least a little bit of a run. Williamson gets fouled by Will Sabatis as he tried to drive along the arc. Will Sabatis in big foul trouble now. He's got 5 personal fouls, result in the player being removed from the game. And since Trinity's already in double bonus time, Williamson will get 2 automatic free throws. Floor shooting foul from this point forward. Trinity will get 2 free throws automatically. First one's up. First one's good. 9 for Jonah Williamson, second among Trinity scorers. And now it's a 1-point game. Jude Hamill back into the game for Bethel Park. He made 3 threes, scored 9 points in the first quarter, has been less productive since. Second one's up and good. He's got 10 now, Jonah Williamson does. Hamill only made it 2 in the second quarter. He made a 2 and a 3 in the third. Got the ball now. Trinity's kept him more and more contained throughout the game. It's a tie game, 47-47. Bethel Park on offense now. Jack Bruckner with it. Over to Tarosky, into the corner for Thomas. Thomas being guarded by Magyarko. Bounce pass inside. Tarosky open. Tries for a layup, and he missed. But a whistle stops the clock at 2:44. 2 minutes, 44 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and a foul called on Jacob Dunkel. He's got 3 personal, and that's Trinity's 3rd team foul of the quarter. Since that was a shooting foul, Owen Tarosky's going to get another chance at the free throw line, 1 of 2 from the free throw line in this quarter. And he makes the first of 2 there. 2 points for him in the game. And 2 of 3 from the free throw line now. He gives Bethel Park a 1-point lead for the moment. Gets another opportunity, though, on this shot. Second one's good. 3 points for him. The only points, all of his points have been scored in this fourth quarter. Bethel Park back to a 2-point lead. 2.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Magyarko out to the corner. And there's Dunkel with it now. Has some space in the paint under the hoop. And he hits it off the glass and down through. 14 for Dunkel, and now Bethel Park. And just slowly moving toward offense. Inside, Mike Bruckner with it, and a whistle stops play, and a travel called on Bethel Park, and the ball's going to go the other way. Crucial call there, short time in the fourth quarter. 2 minutes left, and we've got a tie game. First section game for both of these Class 5A Section 3 teams. Bethel Park 1 and 3 overall. Trinity's 3 and 1, and a steal. Tarosky coming across court, off the backboard, and through. All 5 of Tarosky's points scored in this fourth quarter. That's the first field goal he's made in this game, and it's now 51-49. Bethel Park back in the lead. Kostelnik. Williamson inside to Dunkel, being guarded by Mike Bruckner, just elbowing his way through. And now Dunkel caught for a travel. Bethel Park will get possession back. And Trinity's going to call a timeout before Bethel Park inbounds that one. That's Trinity's first used timeout of the game. Bethel Park has 2 remaining. Trinity has 4. My goodness, this game's going right down to the wire, 51-49. You're watching Bethel Park High School boys basketball on Blackhawk TV on YouTube, simulcast on Bethel Park Public Access Television, Comcast 21 and Verizon 32. My name is Nicholas Callis Ryder, doing the directing. Nico and Linus on camera, and Aneem is observing this game, observing the intensity, observing the heat of this moment for both teams.
Yep.
Now, since you go to school here, I mean, do you know any of these players personally on Bethel Park's team?
Yeah, I know a couple.
Who's your favorite?
My favorite, if I had to pick, I would have to say Will Thomas or Jude Hamill.
Oh, okay.
They're the closest that I know from the team.
Do you like Jude Hamill because he leads all scorers, or do you have a personal connection?
Me and Jude Hamill, our middle school days, he went to Mount Lebo.
Oh.
And him and me used to play basketball at their public courts there,
Okay.
and that's where I met him. And then he did transfer here our freshman year. And
Is he a nice
I've
guy?
been friends with him since. Yeah.
Nice guy? That's good.
I talked to him before the game. He said that he's probably not going to get in and not get any points. And
I mean, that
there
just
he
didn't
is.
happen. He's leading
And
all
now
scorers
he's
right
leading.
now.
So
Not on the court at the moment from what I can see. And he hasn't scored in this fourth quarter. He scored in every other quarter, and he leads all scorers. But Trinity has kind of slowly kept him off the scoreboard
yeah.
as this game has progressed. They haven't let him shoot very many threes. He's only made 1 3 for the rest of the game after making 3 triples in the first quarter. Drive in, Sabatis. Bounce pass out to Will Thomas. Kostelnik hits it away from Sabatis. Thomas over to Tarosky, drives the left lane, can't find space, and he trips and gets hit down by that far sideline. Foul's going to be called. Trinity is called for the foul. It's going to be on. Maybe I read that wrong. Maybe that wasn't a foul. No announcement made. We'll just keep going.
Looks like a foul on number 1 there, I'm pretty sure. I saw the foul get added onto the scoreboard, so.
Ivari Chandler called for the foul. Thank you, Aneem. First personal. That's Trinity's 4th team foul of the quarter. Good eyes, and a timeout called by Trinity. By Bethel Park. I think I'm losing my mind. There's too much intensity.
Yeah.
I can't keep the numbers straight. But here's what I know based on the scoreboard. Bethel Park has 1 timeout remaining. Trinity has 3 timeouts remaining. Any foul from this point forward will be a double bonus time, 2 automatic free throws. Trinity's 1 away from putting Bethel Park in double bonus. Bethel Park has already put Trinity in double bonus. It's a 1-basket game, a 2-point game. Bethel Park is leading with under a minute left in regulation. And we're happy to be bringing it to you live on television and on YouTube. Blackhawk TV on YouTube. Subscribe. You'll get notified every time we go live when you want to catch your favorite Bethel Park Blackhawks teams, football, basketball, or baseball. You can rewatch football. We did that this season. We'll have all basketball games live, boys and girls, home and away. Same thing will be said for baseball when baseball season comes around in the spring of 2025. So catch all your favorite sports on Blackhawk TV on YouTube. And, if you got cable TV still, or you know somebody that does and wants to watch these games, we are live. I can't emphasize that enough. We are live on TV now, Comcast 21 and Verizon 32. You can watch live sports in Bethel Park on cable TV. Will Thomas with a heck of a save for the moment. Mike Bruckner tried to get it, but it's stolen away by Chandler, who's on the ground fighting to give it to a teammate. And as it got secured by Jacob Dunkel of Trinity, a wise timeout called by the Trinity bench. And Trinity will get to maintain possession after the timeout. 45 seconds left in the 4th quarter, and it's still a 2-point game. I mean, aggressive defense all the way around. I mean, it's impressive. Usually when you see high offense in high school, you'll see games that get both teams into the high 60s, low 70s. The fact that this game is right around 50 for both teams just tells you there wasn't a lot of offense, but it wasn't because the offenses were doing poorly. It's because the defense of both teams is playing intense, playing high pressure, high impact basketball. And I'm also surprised that with all the aggressiveness that we've seen, nobody's fouled out yet. I mean, it's been clean defense by both teams, pressing appropriately, and really making each other's offense forced to find space and to get quality baskets.
Yeah.
So Trinity will inbound from that far sideline. Jonah Williamson will get to inbound. Trinity is trailing at the moment, but they have possession of the basketball. Kostelnik over to Dunkel. It's tipped by Mike Bruckner, goes out of bounds. So it'll be a right baseline inbound for Trinity. About 8 seconds shaved off the clock on that play. Trinity could take the lead with a 3, a shot from beyond the arc, or tie it with a 2 from anywhere inside that arc. Bounce pass into Dunkel, pivots, tries for a basket, and it's good. Tie game again. 16 for Jacob Dunkel. He leads Trinity scores, and he ties Jude Hamill's all-player leading total. And now there are 20 seconds left. Bethel Park, Starosky loses the basketball, and here comes Trinity, and it goes off of one of the legs. Georgie was dribbling, hits off a Trinity player, goes out of bounds past the baseline, and Bethel Park gets possession back. Oh, my heart can't take it. 15 seconds left in the 4th quarter. It's a tie game. And even if Bethel Park scores, I mean, they'd have to chew off the clock to prevent Trinity from scoring, but they'd also have to make the basket themselves. We'll see how this plays out. There's Will Thomas, who drives over the midcourt line, and then Bethel Park uses its 5th and final timeout. So I'll tell you, too, the Bethel Park girls basketball team played 2 exciting games, one against Elizabeth Ford and one against Mars. Last weekend, they hosted a 2-day tournament, and this kind of reminds me of that. Bethel Park girls ended up winning those close games, but the game did not come down to one basket in those games, and those were exciting. This game is going to come down to potentially one basket if it doesn't go into overtime. Aneem, is this the most exciting basketball game you've ever seen?
For high school, yes.
For high school, all time? All right, I got you.
I haven't watched a lot of high school basketball
okay.
games, but as for now,
I don't watch anyone but Bethel Park because, we're the flagship station of Bethel Park basketball. No, I get it, though. So the girls team played yesterday. They won a close game. Bethel Park girls won 54-52 yesterday against Trinity when they played here in Bethel Park. Bethel Park girls have Mount Lebanon, Albert Gallatin, and Uniontown coming up on their schedule. Bethel Park and Trinity in a close game here. First section game for both of these teams, part of Class 5A Section 3. And this is a barn burner. Tarosky's going to inbound. There's Jack Bruckner. Tries from the baseline. No good. Mike Bruckner tried to rebound. Scramble for the ball. It's on the ground. And a whistle stops play with 3.5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Trinity came down with the basketball. And then the coach, as the player's shoulders were in the air, just barely almost touching the baseline, called a timeout. I think they called the timeout as he was falling to the ground.
Yeah.
Because his shoulders definitely touched the baseline, but that was a great call there to call a timeout by Trinity. Good strategy. So Trinity will get to inbound from Bethel Park's offensive side of the court, so the backcourt for Trinity. They're going to get one possession with 3.5 seconds to try to put some play together to score the winning basket. If not, this game's going to go into overtime unless somehow Bethel Park can manage to steal the ball back and get their own shot off in that 3.5 second window. Goodness gracious.
Intense.
Future schedule for Bethel Park, though, just to run that down real quick. They've got 2 more section games coming up. They're going to play at South Fayette on Tuesday the 17th. Then next Friday they're going to play Ringgold. We'll have both those games on Blackhawk TV and Bethel Park Public Access Television at South Fayette on the 17th, and then back here at home against Ringgold on the 20th. Again, both those games are in section. Inbound coming. Bounce pass Williamson, 2 seconds to try to score. And he missed. Oh my goodness gracious, that 24-foot shot just missed off to the right, swirled and went out of the hoop. So regulation is complete. We got a tie game, 51-51. Take a quick break to kind of get our bearings here before this fourth quarter turns over to the fifth, quarter. They have 5 on the scoreboard, so you can put a 5 up there just to signify this is the first overtime. Neem. Okay. So I don't think we've called a game on Blackhawk TV that has gone in overtime.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Now, we didn't do every game last year. This is also, how about this too? This weekend, this is our 1-year anniversary of doing basketball games. I know you weren't there with the original crew, but it's still nice to have you.
No, it's not.
Ryder, our director, is the only person I think that is a part of that original crew that's here now working. Allie Walling comes in from time to time. She takes pictures as well, though. She's really talented, doing a lot of stuff. But Ryder's the only one that's kind of stuck with us through a lot of these games. And he was there when Bethel Park beat Upper St. Clair on December 15, 2023, when Blackhawk TV covered it right in this gymnasium. So got a little bit of history to acknowledge as well as we get toward the middle of this December month. Tip-off at midcourt. A 4-minute period here. If one team has an advantage at the end of this 4 minutes, that team will be declared the winner. Tip 1 by Dunkel of Trinity into the hands of Miglianco. Now it's Kostelnik with it. Gets a screen. Over to Giorgi. Now to the corner for Miglianco. There's Dunkel with it. Dunkel being double teamed. Still fights for space though. Well done by him to get in there, and he makes the basket. Dunkel now leads all scorers on the court. He has 18 points. It's a 53-51 game. Important reminder as well, all personal and team fouls that existed from the fourth quarter forward are maintained. So double bonus will apply to both teams as it stood in the fourth quarter. Missed by Bethel Park, and here's Williamson taking it back across for Trinity. It's a 2-point game. Williamson has it. Sabatis guarding him tightly, showing that he's not fouling by putting his hands up. Dunkel with it, top of the key. Kostelnik over to Giorgi. Miglianco with it. And failed pass there, went out of bounds. It was intended for Jacob Dunkel, who was not looking and did not anticipate that pass. Out of bounds on this near sideline, so Will Sabatis will inbound. 3 minutes left in the first overtime period. Thomas out to Jack Bruckner. Each team was also given 2 timeouts from where the fourth quarter ended into this fifth quarter or overtime period. Sabatis to Mike Bruckner for 3. No good. Rebounded by Dunkel. So Bethel Park now has 1 timeout to use. Trinity has 2. Williamson drives. Missed pass there. Stolen by Bethel Park. Here's Sabatis inside. And he's fouled and 1. 8 points for Will Sabatis and 1 opportunity coming. And Bethel Park with that basket. Ties the game now. 53-53. Migyenko called with the foul, his 3rd personal. And that now puts Bethel Park in bonus time. So any foul by any team will result in an automatic 2 free throws for the opposition in this scenario. So no more team really has a foul to give without there being some sort of penalty on the in the form of free shots. Sabatis made the and one. 54-53, Bethel Park in the lead. And Will Sabatis got called for a blocking foul. That's his 5th personal, so Will Sabatis has been removed from the game. Will no longer be allowed to come back for this game. And since Trinity's in double bonus, it's going to be 2 free throws for Jonah Williamson, who so far in the game has made 2 of 6. 3 of 7 now. That's 11 points for him. He is the 2nd leading scorer on Trinity's team. 3rd highest scorer among all players on the court. Second one up and good. 12 points for Williamson, and it's a Trinity 55-54 advantage. And both teams are going to get warnings now. It's getting a little intense. You're going to get that, though, in an overtime game when it's your first section game of the year, and both teams have really looked like they've been putting their best efforts on the court. So the officials just warning both sides, not letting the intense, aggressive play boil over and go ignored. Tarosky with it, top of the key. Tarosky, there's Jack Bruckner drives past a player. He missed his shot, swatted though, so Bethel Park can get the rebound, and Will Thomas, though, missed the second opportunity, and Jacob Dunkel got the rebound. A 1-point advantage for Trinity, 1.5 minutes left in this first overtime period. Ooh, an attempted save there, kept it in for Trinity, though. That was a heck of an effort by Jack Bruckner, and a timeout called by Trinity as Ian Migyenko desperately dove on the basketball so that Trinity can maintain possession and be allowed to call that timeout. That's the first time I've seen that in a while. I mean, Jack Bruckner wanted that basketball so much. He dove and put his body into the official scorer's table down on the court. That's a rarity when you see that, but I mean, you can really feel it. You can really feel it.
They really want that.
You can really feel it. Feel the effort from both teams. I mean, neither of these teams, to give everybody credit, neither of these teams seem like they've taken any plays off. I mean, they've gotten a little slow just to try to chew off the clock. That's normal for strategy. This game started intense, and it's maintained a steady pace of intensity throughout. Very entertaining ball game, and it's shaping up to have an entertaining finish. Leading scorer for Bethel Park is still Jude Hamill. Will Sabatis, 2nd leading scorer for Bethel Park with 9, but he fouled out of the game, so he will not accumulate any more points in this particular game, so he'll finish with 9. Trinity has a couple high scores. Jacob Dunkel leads all scorers among both teams with 18. Jonah Williamson has 12. Everybody else is under double digits. So here it is, 1:21 left in the first overtime period of this game. If there's a winner after this period, game's going to end with whoever's in the lead. Each team is in double bonus time right now, so all fouls will result in free throws. Dunkel under the hoop, got that pass in, and Dunkel makes it. And he's up to 20 points now in the game. It's a 3-point game. Bethel Park is trailing. Will Thomas with it to Mike Bruckner. Bethel Park operating without Will Sabatis, who fouled out. Will Thomas on the wing. Step back over to Jack Bruckner now. Jack Bruckner to Evan Devine. Devine to Will Thomas. Under a minute left in the first overtime period. Up shot, high shot, and a whistle stops play as the ball came down. We're going to call a foul in the process of shooting on Jack Bruckner. Jack Bruckner, the victim of the foul. Trinity's foul called on Jacob Dunkel. He's in foul trouble now with 4 personal fouls. Jack Bruckner's going to shoot 2. He was going to shoot 2 anyway with the double bonus time in effect. But that was a shooting foul. Bruckner makes 1 of 2. Gives him 9, so if he makes this basket, he'll have 10. Be in double digits. Second one. No good, in and out. So it remains a 2-point game, and now contested possession called as there was a scuffle between Jack Bruckner and Chase Kostelnik. Possession yields toward Bethel Park. So Bethel Park will get to inbound from the baseline on its offensive side of the court. 49 seconds left in the first overtime period. Will Thomas passes in. There's Mike Bruckner with it now. Bruckner to Evan Devine. Devine being guarded by Dunkel. Tries to drive, can't find space. And a handoff inside. Jude Hamill. Got a pass out, and Bethel Park fumbled it away. Stolen by Trinity. Now Trinity's in the backcourt, and they don't have to rush here. No shot clock in high school basketball in Pennsylvania. They've just got to move the basketball to avoid a violation. Dunkel's in the corner being guarded heavily. Hamill missed that attempted steal, and a basket put through by Anthony Giorgi. 9 points for him in the game. Bethel Park, quick drive. Thomas out to Mike Bruckner, off the backboard and good. So now it's a 2-point game again. Bruckner's got 9. And a timeout called by Bethel Park. Okay, a lot going on. It's 59-57. Trinity leads Bethel Park. Both teams in double bonus. Under 10 seconds left to play in the first overtime. Trinity can win the game if Trinity can keep this lead and run the clock out with the lead. Bethel Park will have to play tight defense, get possession back, and be able to put up some shots. And they're in trouble right now, too, because if they try to steal, get aggressive, and foul Trinity, Trinity will get to shoot 2 free throws. Now, they may do that strategically to stop the clock, but the only downside to that is if Trinity can make 2 free throws, this game will essentially end. So if they want to foul intentionally, they can stop the clock with enough time to potentially come back if Trinity misses at least 1 of the free throws that it will be given to whoever that would be on the team that would take those shots.
Right.
So, I mean, certainly an interesting way that this one could finish out. Trinity has a slight advantage, though, of being up by 2 points with this much time left on the clock. Okay, here we go. We'll see how this one finishes. Kostelnik on the baseline. Anticipated backcourt press by Bethel Park. A foul called on Jack Bruckner. So Jack Bruckner, that is his 4th personal. And as previously mentioned, double bonus time will give Jonah Williamson 2 free throws here. He is 4 for 8 from the free throw line in this game. He's got 12 points in total. And makes the first of 2. So here's what Bethel Park's looking at. 8 seconds to score. But if Trinity makes this second shot, if Williamson makes this second shot for Trinity, this game will be over. And it is. Timeout will be called. 8 seconds left on the clock in the first overtime period. And Trinity up by 4 points, which gives them a huge advantage with short time left on the clock. So, I mean, if Bethel Park were going to come back, their only realistic possibility would be to score quickly, foul intentionally, and then just hope for more misses. But unfortunately, that's not looking incredibly likely just in this situation. Yeah, Bethel Park was up by as many as 9 points in the second quarter. But aggressive defense by Trinity at the end of the second half, at the end of the first half, the beginning of the second half, has allowed them to keep pace with Bethel Park, and they've taken an advantage here. Score was tied 51-51 going into this first overtime period. Now it's a 4-point lead for Trinity with about 8 seconds left. Neither team has any timeouts left, so they've spent them all, including the bonus ones that they've gotten for the overtime period. See what happens. Bethel Park's going to inbound. Evan Devine's going to take it from the baseline. First section game for both these teams, Class 5A Section 3. These two teams are a part of. Will Thomas has 7 seconds to run some kind of play and just heaves it out of bounds. And now all Trinity has to do is run out the clock. 4 seconds left. First overtime period. Inbound. Williamson on the baseline. He stepped out of bounds. And so Bethel Park's going to get the inbound from its offensive side. Unlikely, but not, I guess, impossible technically.
No fouls. Let them shoot.
Will Thomas will inbound. For 3. No good. Buzzer has sounded, and that will end the ball game. After one overtime period, Bethel Park loses 61-57 to Trinity. Bethel Park's overall record sinks to 1-4 on the season, and they start section play 0-1. Trinity goes to 1-0 in Class 5A Section 3 play and improves its overall record for this 2024-25 season to 4-1. Any final thoughts from Aneem here?
Not really. It was a tough game. Trinity made it back. Bethel was leading by 9 in the beginning, right? And a lot happened, and Trinity found a way to get back. Bethel Park couldn't keep up, I guess. They were keeping up throughout the entire game. When it came to overtime, they did let a few shots go out for Trinity, and I guess they took that and used that to their advantage. Good plays by both teams, I think.
Yeah.
And
no, I mean it was an intense game by both teams. It was really well played.
I don't think any team did worse than the other. I think it was just.
Well, technically they did. I mean, you know,
yeah, but like
one team had to win.
Yeah.
It was pretty evenly matched throughout. I think we can say that. Trinity just
pretty fair
demonstrated though why the team is 4-1 right now in the season. Bethel Park has been close in a lot of its games. They just can't finish. I think that's really the big thing right now. I mean, they've played with high intensity. Jack Bruckner impressed me by diving into the scores table to try to save a possession. So, I mean, there's a lot to look forward to with this Bethel Park boys team. Just a few little things are stopping them right now from winning, and one of those is maintaining a big lead. So, I mean, we'll see how this season continues to play out. Bethel Park is traveling to South Fayette on Tuesday to play at South Fayette, so we'll be there to cover that game for you. And then next Friday, Bethel Park is going to play Ringgold here at home. So both those games are section games, so you can look forward to those next on the schedule for the boys basketball team. And so for Ryder, our director, for Nico and Linus on cameras, and for Aneem learning how to announce, we appreciate him sticking around, and hopefully we hear him on the air doing basketball in the near future. My name is Nicholas Callis saying so long from Bethel Park. One more time repeating the final score, Trinity 61, Bethel Park 57. This has been a presentation of Blackhawk TV and Bethel Park Public Access Television.